What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and we're here for another Ring of Honor TV review. And this is a massive episode because not only is this a TV review, but I will be including my preview and predictions for Supercard of Honor, which takes place tomorrow. By the time you're probably seeing this video tonight. I'm going to upload this video a lot earlier than I normally would. That way it's out way in advance before Supercard of Honor. So this is your prelude to Supercard of Honor. We have a lot to talk about in this review. I will more than likely forget something. And as always, when I upload prediction videos, I always say if something dramatic or is announced, I'll comment. I will try my best to comment it down below. So if you're also here just for the Supercard of Honor predictions, I'll put a timestamp for those as well, if I don't forget. But getting to this 58th episode of Ring of Honor TV. It was a very quick episode, so let's start with our opening contest, a proving ground match. The Undisputed Kingdom versus the Infantry, two teams that were in the AEW Tag Team Title Tournament. The Infantry, they didn't win their first round. They won a qualifying match and then lost to, I believe, FTR. And then the Undisputed Kingdom lost to the Best Friends. You know, y'all tag team champions. How do you lose in the first round of a tournament? That's not my problem. Anyways, Taven and Bravo start the bout with a tie-up. Dean gets a roll-up, but before the referee is distracted, so there's no count. We get lots of tags in this match until the Kingdom get the advantage after a pop-up punch, and they keep Dean in their corner. Dean gets hit with a Spicoli driver on the apron. A tag is finally made to Bravo, who dives onto both Taven and Bennett. The Infantry then attempt to hit Boot Camp, but Bravo is pulled to the outside. And the Kingdom then attempt the Spike Pile Driver. Before they're able to get a pinfall attempt off, the time limit had expired. And technically, it means there is no winner. But, you know, if there was a winner, it'd be the Infantry, because now they will be getting a tag team title shot. If you don't know, Proving Ground, if you win, you're the matchup, or last the time limit, then you get a title shot. And we do not have to wait long to see these two teams run it back as a Supercard of Honor for the tag team titles. It's the Undisputed Kingdom and the Infantry. I'll give it credit. The Infantry have a lot of momentum on their side. They had the massive win over the House of Black in AEW. They've won a lot of matches in Ring of Honor. And now they have this victory. I don't want to say it's a victory because they only lasted the time limit against the Undisputed Kingdom. On the Undisputed Kingdom, I have said it several times. I'm just not the biggest fan. This has been a very bad tag team title run, in my opinion. And hopefully they could stay in Ring of Honor and defend the titles in Ring of Honor to build it up, because their work in AEW, they just lose most of the damn time. And it loses the value in the ROH tag team titles, in my opinion. So hopefully the match at Supercard of Honor is great and they can build the tag team titles back up. So we'll get to that when we get to that. Next, we get a quick matchup that is Anna Jay versus Nikita. It's a quick bout with Anna Jay winning with a gory special. That was what Ian Riccaboni said. It kind of looked more like a Widow's Peak, but gory special. Anna Jay picking up her first victory in Ring of Honor. Her second match, her first match, she lost to Mina Shirakawa a number of weeks ago. Now, we get to a very, I think the best way to describe it, touchy situation. At Supercard of Honor, it will be Dalton Castle versus Johnny TV in a fight without honor. Dalton Castle says that Johnny TV has took everything away from him. His TV title / his TV title opportunity in the Survival of the Fittest. And he took his boys away because a number of weeks ago, they had a matchup. And if Johnny TV won, he got to take ownership of Dalton Castle's boys. So Johnny TV won the match. And Johnny TV was taking care of the boys until we learned that they were lost. But they were lost in the woods when a bear approached them. So, presumably, the bear attacked the boys. That's what we're led to believe. But if you've been on the internet, and again, the main reason I'm saying this is touchy is that the boys were let go by AEW / Ring of Honor. And I did not know this until today, but they have been ranting and saying they don't know why they were let go. And again, I should go pull up the actual sources, which is their Twitter. But essentially on the ROH media call for Supercard of Honor, the main reason Tony Khan said that they were let go is that they did not show up. And they've been replying on Twitter saying like, oh, really? And so this might pick up. But in the grand scheme of things, in the course of this review, the boys were attacked by a bear. That's the last we might be seeing them. In reality, they were let go. Could this change? Yes. Could this pick up more momentum? Yes. Will I more than likely never talk about this again after this matchup? Probably. But Dalton Castle, again, like I said that Johnny TV has taken everything away from him, but he vows to destroy him in the fight without honor. Then we get Johnny TV, who's at a TV studio, and I won't lie to you, what he said really pissed me off. And he says that he has been ready for TV for years, and hell, if he was in Ring of Honor 5 years ago, they might still would be on TV. Ha ha ha, I'm glad we're in 2024 still making these freaking jokes. And he says that Honor sucks. So, Dalton Castle, I very much hope you win this matchup. Moral of the story. Next matchup is Nick Comoroto versus the #1 contender for the Men's Television Championship, Lee Johnson. Earlier in the night, Kyle Fletcher was having a backstage promo, but before he could say anything, Lee Johnson interrupted it, but Fletcher wasn't going to let Lee Johnson, interrupt it for long because he said Johnson's not really of value to him because the matchup in which he won the television title, the Survival of the Fittest match, Johnson was the first one eliminated, which that was a long-ass time ago. I don't remember if he was first eliminated, but he definitely wasn't in the final two, because I remember that being Fletcher and Commander. But Johnson says while Fletcher has been away dealing with his family in AEW, that he has been on a roll. So we will see who wins this matchup at Supercard of Honor. But Nick Comoroto faced Lee Johnson on this episode of ROH. It was back and forth early. Until Big Shotty hit a big drop kick that sent Comoroto to the outside. Comoroto is more aggressive when Mr. Watts, which for the life of me, until the commentary team said his name, I couldn't remember him. He appeared for like 5 seconds a couple weeks ago with Nick Comoroto. He hasn't really done anything for me to remember him yet. Johnson reverses a suplex. Johnson is then able to push Comoroto off of the second rope and win the match with a frog splash. We get another backstage segment. Again, there's a lot of backstage segments, but almost all of them led to something happening at Supercard of Honor, so that checks out. Cole Carter and Griff Garrison say that their success is due to Maria, but they don't know where Maria is. Serpentico, who they've been feuding with for the past several months, pops up and says that if they sign, one of them signs the papers that he is holding, that he would tell them where Maria is, and Cole Carter almost immediately signs the paper. It ended up being a contract. So, because of this, they don't know where Maria was because Serpentico didn't know where Maria was. But now, on the 0 hour, they will be facing Serpentico and Angelico. Another match that was announced for the 0 hour was Tony Nese and Josh Woods competing. They didn't say against who, but they did have a video package. They have not been seen for a long-ass time in ROH, so there's that. Next, we get 2 quick matchups. Nyla Rose versus Alexia Nicole. A quick bout with Rose winning with a torture rack into a cutter. And then Evil Uno and London Lightning. This matchup was back and forth until Evil Uno was powered by his evil hips. And he won the matchup with an elevated flatliner. Now, we have a massive contract signing. The first time in the women's division in ROH, a contract signing presented by MIT for Athena versus Hikara Shida. Now, Lexi Nair and Billy Starks are in the ring, and Billy Starks asks Lexi, hey, if she wins her match and Athena loses at Supercard of Honor, does that make her the Minion Overlord? Now, before that could be answered, Athena comes out, and she is 450 plus days as the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, but she will be going against a 3-time AEW Women's Champion, Hikara Shida, who did not arrive at this contract signing alone, as she brings Queen Aminata with her, who is facing Billy Starks at Supercard of Honor. Aminata says that the two of them will make history because one will be the first women's television champion in ROH, but Starks says that she will crush her dreams. Athena frustrated by the whole process, contract signing, and those two talking, wants to get this done with and signs her side of the contract. Shida, however, takes her time and says that she is not fooled and that she knows that Athena is afraid of her and, more importantly, afraid of losing to her, prompting Athena to slap Shida in an all-out brawl taking place between the four, with Aminata and Shida standing tall after Athena is put through a table. So 2 massive matchups in the women's division in Ring of Honor at Supercard of Honor. And then we get another, the last backstage segment, this one, probably the most important one of the night, between Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston. They were interviewed by Lexi Nair, and they were both asked, how important is this matchup at Supercard of Honor? Mark says that his history in ROH has been one big circle and that it leads to this ROH title. Eddie says that he is coming off a loss and that he would normally revert to his old ways, but he is not this time because he knows that Mark Briscoe deserves an opponent that is at 100%, and that he wants this matchup to be like the old Ring of Honor because it's going to be in Philly, and that if ROH wasn't around, if guys like Low Key and Jay Briscoe weren't in Ring of Honor, also he did say Homicide, but if they weren't around and ROH wasn't around, AEW wouldn't be around and they wouldn't be in this position, and that he hopes, like I said, to bring this matchup to the old school style of ROH. So probably the biggest match taking place at Supercard of Honor, but we're moments away from learning my prediction as we're at our main event matchup for this episode of ROH. A 6-man tag, Matt Sydal, Christopher Daniels, and Jack Cartwheel versus Action Andretti and Top Flight. Cartwheel and Dante start the match. As always, we get lots of cartwheels by Jack. Darius gets trapped in his opponent's corner until they were able to do the same thing to Daniels. We get lots of roll-ups and tags, followed by Andretti landing a tornado DDT and a dive to the outside, and then he is able to win the matchup for his team. They springboard for 50. Now, before I get into the actual Supercard of Honor predictions, I will say 3 things. I'll say 4. Let me say 4. So, I'm going to write 12, 20. Thing 1/2. As of right now, like I said, when it comes to predictions videos with me, if something else is announced, which typical ROH pay-per-views, we have 8 matches on the pay-per-view, 4 on the 0 hour, and as of filming, there are 9 total matches announced. So again, if anything is added, I'll comment my thoughts down below. So that's thing 1. Thing 2, as of right now, there is no pure title match or 6-man tag team title match scheduled. Now, Wheeler Yuta, who's the pure champion, has been out with injury. Why we haven't gotten an update or the title vacated, or an update, more importantly, I don't know. So I would fully expect the pure title not to be on the line. Now, when it comes to these 6-man tag team titles, they do make me laugh because Jay White and the Guns, Bullet Club Gold, have held these titles since January 17th. I looked it up on ProFightDB. And have yet to defend these titles. Not even in ROH, but in general. And the only reason I'm making note of this is because on AEW Dynamite, one of the hottest talked about matches, not for a good thing, was Jay White and Billy Gunn. Now, in a blink and you missed it moment, when Jay White came out, he had a new 6-man tag team title. And if you've been listening to people talk about, wow, this whole Acclaimed versus Bullet Club Gold is to unify these titles, I might be overthinking this, but why the hell would they make a new title just to unify it and get rid of it? Moral of the story, the damn 6-man tag team titles have been of no use in ROH. So that is thing 2. Thing 3. When we get to the Stardom Showcase match, I am very much looking forward to it, but I will more than likely botch at least one of the participants' names in it. I do apologize for that. Thing 4, last thing before the predictions, something that I wanted to say, because a lot of people have said it. When we were at Final Battle, that was a great pay-per-view. It was a very good pay-per-view. But the noticeable thing is that a lot of the people on the show weren't regular ROH talent that have been appearing regularly, like Bryan Danielson, Claudio, FTR, Black Taurus, just to name a few. Where this time around in Supercard of Honor, a lot of the talent competing have regularly been in ROH. And the main reason I'm using Final Battle as an example is that a lot of the talent that was regularly appearing in ROH weren't on that show. I'm like, damn, that sucks. They're not rewarded with a big pay-per-view showcase. Where now, they are. The slight issue here is a lot of it doesn't add star value. There's not a lot of star power involved with it, and it kind of shows that ROH doesn't have star power and is just not treated, what's the best way to put it? Not a lot of care is put into ROH. It's very second fiddle to AEW. You even hear comments from the show earlier that prove that. And I personally think it sucks because I've been reviewing this for 58 straight weeks, and this is supposed to be a big celebratory thing because we get 3 pay-per-views a year for ROH. So I just want to get this off my chest. I do apologize for taking the time out, but let's get into it. We have 9 matches as of right now. First matchup, Tony Nese and Josh Woods versus mystery opponents. I think it is very risky for any company right now to do a mystery tag team matchup, considering there's a great all-time tag team from Michigan that are free agents, and they're expected to sign anywhere, appear anywhere. So, more of the story, if you're doing any mystery angle, and it does not involve that tag team that I'm talking about, but I don't want to say their names. I don't want to jinx it. Extremely risky, but I'm going to go with Nese and Woods winning this match because they did say this was on the 0 hour. However, if it is that team from Michigan, they like to do this. I'm jumping up and down, I'm celebrating it, and I'm switching my pick. But if it is not that team, you get the point I'm making. Another tag team matchup that was announced for the 0 hour, Angelico and Serpentico versus Cole Carter and Griff Garrison. I'm picking the Spanish Announce Project. That's Angelico and Serpentico. And hopefully Serpentico can get his mask back. Because that's the whole story of this. It's weird. I think the storyline's been going on. I might be exaggerating. I think the storyline's been going on since 2023. Because they were in an 8-man tag match. They were on the same side. And they lost. Cole Carter and Griff Garrison got mad about it. Took Serpentico's mask and have not given it back. So I also realized I should have been previewing these matchups. That's the story for this match. So there's that. Now we get to the Stardom Showcase match. I have very much been thinking of this match as back in the older Supercard of Honor days, and we had the Dragon Gate Showcase matches, the Dragon Gate 6-man tags that are all-time matchups. I think, and I'm at least hoping that this match compares to that. We have Mai Suri, Mikey, and I definitely know how to say Mina Shirakawa versus Tam Nakano, Sai Tamina, and AZM. I know that's not how you say it. I know it's spelled AZM. They said it differently. I don't remember how, but I'm picking the team with Mina Shirakawa. So there is that. I do expect this to be a great match. And I'll at least say, we have 3 women's matches on this show. So I will say the women's division is carrying this show. Now, Fight Without Honor. Dalton Castle versus Johnny TV. Johnny TV cost Dalton Castle the television championship at Supercard of Honor. Dalton Castle for weeks and months wanted a matchup with Johnny TV, and Johnny TV did not want to give him that matchup until Dalton Castle put something on the line, and that thing was his boys. Johnny TV beat Dalton Castle and took the boys. They got fired, but they're no longer here, and Dalton Castle ultimately wants revenge and is looking to do it in a Fight Without Honor. So, for his boys, for Ring of Honor, I'm going with Dalton Castle. Next, tag team title match, the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Infantry. The Infantry survived the Proving Ground on this episode of Ring of Honor. This led to them getting this tag team title match. I'm going to go with the Undisputed Kingdom. I am very much just hoping that they continuously appear in Ring of Honor and just have good matches for the ROH tag team titles, because since they have won it, the tag team titles, they just haven't. So hopefully that changes starting at Supercard of Honor. In the finals of the Women's TV title tournament, to crown the first champion, Queen Aminata versus Billie Starkz. I am going to go with Billie Starkz. I very much feel that this title is created for her and for Athena to be champion at the same time. But, you know, I did not expect Athena to be going against who she's going against. So does that change my prediction? Find out in a couple seconds. TV title match, Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson has won several singles matches that has built up him being able to be the #1 contender. But again, very much similar to the Undisputed Kingdom. I'm just hoping that Fletcher appears more regularly in Ring of Honor to build up having a good title run. So I'm going to go with Fletcher. Women's title match, Athena, who is the longest reigning Ring of Honor Women's Champion at 450 plus days, the most dominant champion, the fallen goddess, the minion overlord, against the 3-time AEW Women's Champion. A lot of people have been saying the best Ring of Honor Women's Champion versus the best AEW Women's Champion, Hikara Shida. I almost let it slip a couple seconds ago, but I do see Athena winning this match that way, that her and Billie Starkz have a championship both at the same time. And our main event matchup for the Ring of Honor World title, Eddie Kingston versus Mark Briscoe. Last year, Mark Briscoe had a Ring of Honor World title match lined up against Claudio Castagnoli, but was injured. And now Eddie Kingston says that here's that makeup match. You earned it. You deserved that title shot. And at Supercard of Honor, the same event, the same date that his brother Jay Briscoe won his first Ring of Honor World Championship, he has the chance to do the same. And I am very much hoping and picking Mark Briscoe to win this. So, like I said, the good thing with this show is that a lot of people that have regularly been on ROH TV are getting a showcase on this big event. But hopefully, ROH adds some star value to it. That way, it feels like a massive event. Like I said, I anticipate more things will be announced for this event before it takes place. So if that's the case, I'll try my best to comment it down below. I will also say I very much will enjoy the show. I don't think, even if it's a bad show, I'll probably say I enjoyed it. So we'll see when the time comes. Hopefully, I'm very much about to burp. Well, hopefully we can enjoy all the events and festivities of this massive weekend. I think someone's car alarm just went off, so I'm going to try to go a lot quicker. I will have my WrestleMania predictions up very soon, so check those out as well. Like I said, enjoy everything this weekend. Stay safe, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.